chief of the fire. I'm the mayor of the city of Seattle. Okay, so I've got the police department, fire, libraries, parks, streets, water, electricity, and the heads of all those departments report to me. And by the way, I report to your parents. They're all my bosses. And Chief Dean here is in charge of the fire department. And he has a story to read for you today. So welcome, everybody.
All right, so we all ready? Dana, do you have our books? So, Mr. Firefighters, we got books for you, and you guys know the drill. We're going to get in the crowd and show them the pictures, right? All right. I get a hard copy. All right. All right, you guys get in there with the kids. Fit in, and here we go. So I have a great story to read to you guys today. Are you guys all ready for a story? All right, so you ready? Perfect. All right, so you guys get right in the middle and remember to show them the pictures as we go. So the name of my book is No Dragons for Tea. All right, let's see what happens. All right, I like it. Are you ready? Here we go. One warm, sunny day at the end of last week, my mom and I went for a walk to the creek. As I raced down the hill in my little red wagon. Does anybody in this room have a red wagon? I do. All right, we got a red. Okay, perfect. I veered to the left and smacked into a dragon. I suppose he could see there was fear in my eyes as I jumped to my feet, quite filled with surprise. He sheepishly grinned and stepped out of the way. But he seemed so polite that I asked him to play. Have you guys ever met somebody and just wanted to play with them? Oh, well, that time is coming, I can promise you. He had a cute bear and some other toys too. With my shovel and pail, we'd have oodles to do. We ran to the creek and then on to the bay, where we played on the beach for the rest of the day. Summertime's coming. You guys going to the beach?
I my birthday yesterday.
Oh, so you're ready for a birthday party too. Hey, remember we got to be safe at the beach. You've been to the beach. All right, I always like that. All right, parents, get ready for summer. Then Mom waved and said, now it's time to go eat. Let's pack the red wagon and head up the street. It's hard to stop playing with friends, old or new. So I asked if the dragon could come eat too. Mom wrinkled her brow and squinted her eyes, looking up at the dragon's incredible size. You guys know how big dragons are? Keep going, larger, yeah. I begged and I pleaded. I begged and I pleaded, then said, very sweet, we won't make a mess, we'll be tidy and neat. So at last she said, yes, just this once I'll agree. You may have a dragon come over for tea. Have you guys ever had a dragon for tea? Well, I did it once. We had carrots and apples, thick slices of ham, with fresh homemade biscuits and strawberry jam, cold glasses of milk, and a great big dill pickle. But the pepper we sprinkled sure made my nose tickle. Then the dragon's nose twitched, and he started to wheeze. His eyes misted up, and he blew a great sneeze. Achoo! That was the correct way to sneeze, parents. I hope you all remember that.
Look at that sneeze.
Well, we all know what happens when dragons are chewed. Flames shot from his mouth and from both nostrils too. There was fire everywhere. Firefighters, calm down. Story. Our tablecloth sparked and then burst into flame, and the curtains that hung right beside did the same. The smoke alarm rang with a loud, piercing sound. It meant get out fast, so I dropped to the ground. The room filled with smoke as I crawled on the floor. and it started to make my way to the front door. The dragon got scared and decided to hide. But I knew when there's fire, we must get outside. I grabbed his big tail, and with one mighty tug, I pulled that dragon from under the rug. I suppose nobody's ever actually had to do this, right? I crept down the hallway and I said, "Follow me! I know the way out. We must meet by the tree." So Mom and the dragon and I met there. Then that silly dragon went back for his bear. Once we get you outside, we want you to stay outside, okay? We ran up and caught him and wouldn't let go. And I said, "Listen, dragon, here's what you should know. Don't ever go back. That just will not do. We can get a new bear, but we can't replace you." Since the fire was burning inside of our home, we went to the neighbors to borrow the phone. Mom knew what to dial and said calm and clear, "Here's our full street address. Send the fire trucks here." Before very long, down our street they came sailing with bright red lights flashing and loud sirens wailing. The fire crew rushed to start work on their task. They were dressed in big boots and wore helmets and masks. They hooked up the hose and ran into the house where they sprayed streams of water in order to douse the table, the curtains, our lovely snack too. And it didn't take long till that fire was through. The fire chief called out the door with a shout, "The smoke made a mess, but the fire is out." To correct the record, fire chiefs don't go inside these burning buildings anymore. White shirt just doesn't match up. My poor friend the dragon knew he was to blame. So he hung down his head and wept great tears of shame. One of the fire crew said, "Don't be sad. You knew what to do, and of that we're quite glad. You all got out safely, and that's really what matters." Then she took us up to see the big pump truck and ladders. The dragon put on a shiny red hat, and I asked to see where the fire crew sat. She showed us the siren, the hoses, and the lights, and the ladders they climbed up to reach great heights. The rest of the fire crew checked all the rooms, while a fan in the door blew out gray smoke and fumes. Then the dragon and we sat down for a while. I reached up and hugged him. He gave me a smile. The next time the dragon and I want to play, we'll pack up a picnic and go to the bay. We are friends, tried and true, the best we can be. But I'll never again invite dragons for tea.